Hey gang, thanks for hanging with the Mechanic Ninja. Today I'm going to show you what to do if your riding lawnmower is not starting. If you have a riding lawnmower and you keep cranking it and it is not starting, stop immediately. Do not try to start it anymore until you check this. So if you have an older machine like this one, they put these engines on a lot of the riding lawnmowers. It's the old Briggs and Stratton IC. There'll be different horsepowers, and then they also make a little bit newer one. I can't remember the exact name of it. Newer than the IC model, and it's black usually. So if you have an engine that looks like this and your machine is not starting, stop immediately. Come pull your oil dipstick and see if there's gasoline on it. As you can see, this is just coming right off like water. It's gasoline. It smells like gasoline. If your oil dipstick smells like gasoline at all, do not try to start your engine anymore. Very dangerous. I forgot to say at the beginning of this video, make sure you're in a well-ventilated area when you're working on your machine. Make sure you're wearing eye protection and the other different kinds of protection that you need. Okay, so get back into it. If your engine smells like gasoline at all, stop. What this means is your carburetor has failed, and when it failed, it just drained your gas from your tank into your engine and filled up the crankcase. If you continue to try to start your lawnmower, there's the potential that a spark could get down there in the crankcase and go boom, and you do not want that to happen. So stop trying to start your lawnmower if this is the case. What you need to do now, if yours has this problem, you're going to need to drain your oil immediately. One thing before you do that, you need to come over here to the side where your carburetor is, and you need to either take some clamps like this and clamp your gasoline or your gas line so that once you're done draining your oil, if you have any gasoline left in here at all, it won't go back into your engine. So you can either put those on it like I did, you can put vice grips, but be careful you don't hurt the tank, or you can just take your gas line off and tie it up to a higher level so it doesn't drain. So if you have an engine like this, come over here where your oil dipstick is, and right down there at the bottom, you need to undo this. Make sure you have a good catch basin. Undo that. Before you do that, just so you know, usually regular oil kind of comes out a little slow. If yours has gasoline in it, it's going to shoot out of there. So make sure you are prepared for it to shoot out and to be caught down there, and so you can dispose of it correctly. So go ahead and change your oil. I'm going to change my oil, and I'll come back and show you what to do next. Okay, I just got done changing the oil. I just took the oil out. I have not replaced it yet. I usually like to do that at the very end. You can do it now if you'd like. Fill it up with oil, get it to the correct amount. And then the next thing you need to do is replace the carburetor. The carburetor you have on there is dead. Unfortunately, these engines are notorious for doing this. The carburetor fails and then they fill it up with gas. So you can fill up your oil right now if you'd like to. You just fill it through. Just fill it through this. Pull this out and fill it through there. Look up the specs on your machine, see what oil it needs, and in the area that you're living in. But I'm going to fill mine up at the end. One thing that you're going to do is you're going to replace the carburetor, and then you're going to run your machine. It's best if you put oil in it, let it run. It's going to smoke like the dickens because it's burning all that gasoline leftovers that's in the engine. So park it out somewhere that it's not going to hurt anyone or anything, and let it just run and burn all that gasoline out of there. Once the white smoke stops, then go ahead, and the best thing to do is to drain your oil again and replace it again. That oil that you put in the first time is kind of cleaning the engine. You're going to drain it, get some more garbage out of your engine, and then you're going to replace it one more time, and you should be good. So Go ahead, and the place that I usually buy carburetors is Amazon. I'll go ahead and put the carburetor that I like to use down in the link. They're really simple to change. So come on this side of your engine, and I'll show you what to do. Back you up just a little bit. Okay, so you'll need a 3/8 inch socket. You need some pliers. I'm gonna go ahead and pull this line off. Again, if you don't have clamps on, make sure that you have a way to keep this from draining oil or gas all over. And pull that off safely. You don't want to pull it off too quick and get shot in the eye with gas if you have any gas in yours. Okay, so up here in the front, there's a bolt here and a bolt there. You're gonna need a 3/8 inch drive. Also right here, there is a electrical connection. Go ahead and pull that out. As you can see, this is a very dirty old machine. I'm gonna take this off. If yours looks like that, you have not been taking very good care of your machine. You need to change the air filter. I recommend every spring. Okay, get under here and go ahead and pull these bolts out. Should just be on there snug. You should be able to get in there with your hand. I'm going to grab a little extension to make it a little bit easier on myself. Okay, guess my extension is missing. Okay, let's do this. So you guys are staring at my wrist. Can anyone name what flags these are? Little trivia while you're waiting. Okay, go ahead and pull these bolts out. Okay, go ahead and set them aside somewhere that you are not going to lose them. And then you gotta pull down to get this out of this housing up here. Be very careful because your linkage is still going to be connected. Okay. Now you can do it one of two ways. Oops. It's a 7/16. Make sure this is 7/16. Yep. So you got a 7/16 on the back of this carburetor. Go ahead and prop your carb up. Pull these out. It's just a nut. And there's one on the other side. Go ahead and pull it off. This machine has more mud on it than anything. It's crazy. Okay. Go ahead and pull that off. Set that to the side. And this part comes off. Go ahead and set that to the side. Okay. Next thing we're gonna do, there's another, this screw right here has a bolt head on it right there. I believe it is 7/32. Nope, not bad. 15/16. Yeah, 15/16. Again, make sure you're holding on to your carburetor. You don't want it to twist. Go ahead and loosen these. Back them out. Okay, now you have these two. Go ahead and set those to the side. These two should separate like so. That comes off. Your carburetor is still hooked. Let me see if I can move you guys down so you can get a better view of what you're doing. Okay. Okay, so grab your pliers. If you have needle nose, that's usually best. If you don't have anything, you can just grab it with your hand. It's best to use pliers. You do not want to bend that. Sorry, let me grab my needle nose. Needle nose is the best. There's a little spring right here. tiny little guy. Just go ahead and grab him and pop him out. He's got a little pirate's hook on the end. Bring him out, don't hurt it. Now, there's one other thing back here, a linkage. Just kind of pull him out. You should be able to pull it right out. Okay, that's what he looks like. And then this guy, to get him out, you gotta flip your carburetor, turn it around like this. Flip it, and it's got a pirate's hook as well. And then you have your carburetor off. You can go ahead and take this linkage off, set it to the side. I'm gonna show you where to put it when we put it back on. If your carburetor looks anything like this, it's a miracle your machine is still running. That's got so much mud and grime on it, it's unbelievable. Definitely time to change it. So go ahead and dispose of this correctly. And go ahead and set this over here. Okay, go ahead and take a rag. Kind of wipe up this intake up here. And wipe that up. If yours has grease and dirt like this one does, go ahead and wipe those linkages off. You want them to be clean, free of debris, so that they're not hindering your movement of your carburetor in any way. Go ahead and clean up your intakes, plastic. Go ahead and wipe them off, scrub them in water, whatever you need to do to get them clean. I'm going to go and clean mine. I'll be right back to show you how to install your new carburetor. Okay, I was able to get mine pretty clean. I hope you guys were as well. Sure they're pretty clean. Can't believe how dirty those were. That was filthy, disgusting. Okay, so go ahead and open up your new carburetor. If you haven't ordered a carburetor yet, just look on your engine at this sticker right here. It'll tell you the model, the family, the engine family. Go ahead and type that into Google. There's usually an option on Amazon. Go look on there, see what the reviews say about the carburetor. Look at the pictures, make sure it's the same as yours. Read in the description, make sure it's for your model and your family that your engine needs. Also, one other thing you'll need, and a lot of these carburetors come with it, is this. This is going to help prevent this from ever happening again. Just a inline gas valve. So I'll show you what to do with that a little bit later. Go ahead and get your new carburetor out. Compare it to your old one, make sure it's the same. This one is the same. Awesome. Usually put a little rubber band on there to keep this going. One thing that I ran into is that sometimes where this hooks on, it's tight. They don't make them the perfect size. So what you want to do is just take a razor blade, be super careful, and you want to open this opening a little bit more. Cut out that plastic on top and bottom until that butterfly can turn freely in there, okay? Do that before you put this piece back on. You don't want to have to take it off again. Okay, so first things first, go ahead and take this guy, this linkage. Go ahead and come up to the very back. That's your choke lever. Come up here and get this guy in. Okay, go like that. See if I can get you guys in a good spot to see. Okay, and then go ahead and put this spring lever in as well. It just goes in that little hole right next to where that other linkage went. Okay. Super careful. Got that like that. Trying to wonder how I'm going to show you guys where this linkage goes. Okay, I'm going to turn you guys this way. Hope that's all right. Okay. This goes right up here. Oops, sorry, I got a leaf in mine. Let me pull it out. If you have any leaves in yours, make sure you get them out. You do not want it to mess with your linkage. Okay, it goes right up through here, and there's a piece of metal. It goes through. Oh, excuse me, it's right here. Goes through this piece of metal. And that slit, there's just a little slit right here that goes through. Okay? Go ahead and you can let that hang just a little. And grab this piece. Okay, I'm gonna bring you guys up. Sorry. So you can see better. Sorry, I didn't know how to show you that. Hope you guys were able to see where that goes through. And then, okay. Okay, your new carburetor kit should have came with some new gaskets. Let's go ahead and grab them. And this guy goes right here, right there. Grab your long bolts. And you're gonna put it up like this to the front and send those guys through your carburetor to grab onto that air intake, or that intake to your engine. So just bring it up snug. Make sure that gasket is staying in the right spot and not falling down while you're getting this other one in. You can see from the top here that it's in the right spot. Okay, go ahead and bring it like that. At this point, I like to put these bolts in up here. I did not tighten these yet, I just put them hand tight. I'm going to do the same thing up here, just get these hand tight, drive them in with my fingers. Then it will hold itself. Okay, cool. I'm just gonna take my socket and drive them in, just till they're snug. If you hold up your carburetor, you can put them in a lot easier. Okay, go ahead and run yours in. Once you get them hand tight, go ahead and grab your socket or your wrench and run them in. Make sure they're just snug. You can look up the specs online if you want to put them to the correct. Okay, awesome. Okay, now go ahead and grab your 5/16 wrench that you were using, and we're going to tighten these guys. These ones just hand tight as well as what I do. It's my opinion. If you want to look up the specs online, you're more than welcome to. Okay, next thing. Take this electrical and plug it into your new carburetor. If you have dirtiness on it, go ahead and wipe that off first. Okay, this is going to be going on next. Now look back here. Right there goes into a breather right here, a little tube. So make sure you get that in there. While you're installing this, you don't want to forget that. Stick that in there. And you know what? I apologize, I forgot something. You're going to want to loosen these front ones. I apologize. Yeah, take these front ones out again. You actually have to install that before you put the front ones in. No big deal, these are easy to come out. Go ahead and take them out. Sorry, I haven't worked on one of these for a little while, so I guess I forgot. Quick, easy, 2 bolts, no big deal. Yep, they gotta come all the way out. I apologize. Quick, easy, 2 bolts come out. No big deal. The reason you have to do that is because we got to feed that back up through there. So if we're already tight and where we're supposed to be, and you can't feed it up into where it's supposed to go. Okay, easy peasy. Make sure this is clean. Go ahead and stick that on there. Run these nuts on here. That was a 7/16. Just go snug. Don't want to over tighten those. Okay, now again, make sure this tube back here is on. Make sure the tube's on, and go ahead and push this up into the breather hole, and then twist that back over and put those bolts in. Like so. Cool. Beautiful. Go ahead and tighten those like we talked about, snug. Okay, now, next thing you want to make sure you do is put this inline gas shutoff in. So go ahead, mine has a filter in it. Not a huge fan of those filters. I'm just going to go ahead and eliminate it. If you do not have a filter in yours or want to keep your filter, all you do, go ahead and snip where you want to put this in. Snip it. Pull your gas line off. Sometimes they can be a bear. Also, another thing, your kit should come with some more gas line. So I'm just going to grab this, cut it where I need it. Steal these clamps off it. One there. One here. Then all you do, stick that in there. That in there. Go ahead and bring your clamps down. Go ahead and turn this gas valve to off. Go ahead and take off your clamps because now that's stopping the flow of your gasoline. Hook it back onto your carburetor. Put that valve or that clamp on there. Okay, so the reason you do this is because if your carburetor ever fails, you don't want it to be able to freely dump gas into your engine. So anytime you're not running your machine, make sure this gas valve is turned off. That's an easy way to make sure that you never have that problem again. When you're gonna go run your machine, turn the gas valve to on, start your machine, do your mowing, put it away, turn it off. Anyways, hope this video was helpful to you guys. Again, if you're like me and you haven't replaced the oil yet, what you're gonna do when you're done with all this, go replace your oil, fill it up to the correct level. Make sure you put the correct level or oil in it. Run it, and then run it till the smoke stops smoking, till the white smoke stops. And then the best thing to do is to change out the oil again, and then you should be good to go. Hope this video was helpful. Go ahead and smash that like and subscribe button. It really helps me out. Have a great day.